Good morning, good evening, good night. Welcome to another session of Living World of Darkness, New York by Night. Camarilla venue crossed with the Demon venue. After the events of last night, the Maestro being captured, of course, the renowned serial killer who's been leaving macabre instruments carved from human flesh around various points in the city. There is only one more issue to deal with, and that is the present she left at the scene of her latest would-be crime. Now, the still living, shall we say, I don't know, victim wouldn't be operatable on by a mortal doctor, and besides, it would be one hell of a masquerade breach. So, Limey has decided to take matters into his own hands, and he's called upon a friend, a Dr. Quinn, that he met in, I believe it's Dr. Quinn, that he met one night while he was out on business doing his rounds. The demons, well, demon, as far as Limey knows, has been invited to one of the more upmarket areas of Manhattan. You know, you're talking downtown, you know, bright lights, big city, to a pawn shop where Limey is stood on the street corner. The penny shop, that's of course. The pawn shop is known as the penny shop.
The penny drop.
The penny drop. Apologies. Thank you, mate. The penny drop, which Limey stands outside, leaning against the wall, smoking a cigarette, hunched up against the autumn breeze that flows through the city. And there he waits for his friend, the good doctor, to show up. And begins scene.
Before Quinn would have gone to Manhattan proper, he would have informed his tyrant that his business that he has with another supernatural being, and he does not wish to step on anyone's toes. So he asked his tyrant to accompany him. Might be useful.
Well, Lily is she's met up with Quinn, and just wondering what this business is. She just walks next to him. So, where are we going?
Well, apparently we are going to a place in upmarket Manhattan, I believe. He called it the penny drop, whatever that may be.
Okay.
There's a woman there who is in quite a state. He didn't specify how or what.
And how did you meet this contact of yours?
Oh, he tried to bully me out of a particular drug den where I was re-educated the masses. Who were
Tried to do what?
I know. Foolish.
And
Then-
why are you helping him then?
I liked his spirit. And I don't
So-
think he liked hearing that his soul was damned forever and that he will die, and when he dies, well,
So
no
Lich then.
salvation. Ah, yes, of course. Did I forget to mention? That's why you were here, of course.
Well, you said something supernatural, but hey, it could also be a changeling. They go around basically anywhere. But no, cool, fine.
And they'll turn the corner, and there Limey will be standing on the street corner.
Okay, when they see him, he's Dr. Quinn might, if he's observant, might notice the slightly less deathly pallor to his face from the last time they met, but he'll also notice a certain lack of, shall we say, the vibrance of the character that he met at his last meeting. The lithe gentleman is stood with his back to a wall, wearing like a leather sort of short trench coat, you know, pulled up over a really battered old suit, with his hat drawn low on his head as he smokes on an old kind of woodbine cigarette. And he turns his head towards the doctor as he turns the corner. and as he sighs the smoke out of his mouth, yeah, his hollow lungs tightening from his diaphragm, he slumps a little bit. Says, evening, Dr. Quinn.
Ah, evening, Limey. Very nice to see you once again.
Pleasure. I see you brought company.
Ah, yes. She is at times also my assistant at the clinic. As he sort of smiles at Lilly. But other times she is my boss.
How appropriate you get to meet my boss this evening. Lilly, pleasure to meet you. They call me the Limey, or just Limey.
Hmm. I guess it's a pleasure to meet you. And she just nods. She does not extend her hands. And she just looks you, basically checks you down, head to toe.
Any roles, anything she's looking for on this particular character, or is it just looks him up and down like fucking filthy leech?
Yeah. She might even have like a little bit of a disgusted look on her face, as she's usually not that nice when it comes to leeches. But she's smiling. So Mr. Silas is here as well.
Wait, did she just say that?
Yeah, she did just say that.
That he is. That he is. His lockup. You see.
Well,
I'll ask you.
well, I do believe that there is a woman's life on the line. Although we do like to chat, and I have seen you far too little, I do believe I have to get to work.
It'd be much appreciated, Dr. Quinn. And he turns the tie of his leather, his burgundy leather coat, flapping behind him slightly in the breeze, as he sort of just beckons over his shoulder for him to follow him, and he takes one last heavy drag on the cigarette and flicks it into the room. And he turns a corner. He leads. It leads down an alley. Judging by the dimension of this building, it's on the corner. It's quite a large emporium. You'd notice that there's probably a lot more to it than just the shop front. And as he walks around, there's a heavy door. Looks like it's relatively reinforced with a small camera above it, which he sort of takes a set of keys out of his pocket. If I mean, I assume it's a key lock. Am I wrong?
Yep.
He pulls a rather heavy-looking set of keys out of his pocket and looks through them and ka-ching, and then, moves to the next one. Ka-ching, ka-ching. Whoever owns this place is very security-minded.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he enters in through the back door.
You make sure not to use the third lock, which is connected to a pistol.
Huh?
You make sure to use the third lock, which is connected to a pistol.
Yeah, he makes sure to use the third lock.
Not to use the third lock. Don't use the third lock. Don't use the third lock.
Use the third lock. That's what I meant. You will notice Limey does not use the third lock. Right. Yeah. He'll and I assume it's your gaff. You'd probably want to do the explaining from there.
Well, it opens up into a nice, large, well-lit room filled with a variety of stuff that's currently been sorted through, organized. You can see that on one side of the room there's a variety of pictures, posters, movie memorabilia. On the other side of the room, more woodworks, carpentry, stuff from Africa. Everything's been labeled. Some things have been labeled to be further examined. Other things have price tags on them. Other things, like with dates bought, everything's nice, tagged and organized. Sitting also in the corner of the room, smoking one of his own cigarettes, is Mr. Silas, who's been waiting for you people to arrive.
I'd introduce you all, but apparently you already know each other. Unless you don't, Dr. Quinn. This is my boss, the Prince of New York, the Venerable Mr. Silas.
That's
Good
one way to
evening.
put it.
Lily actually starts laughing. She just walks up to Mr. Silas and holds her hand up to give him a high five. Hey man, how you doing?
Yeah, long time no, I haven't seen you all week, Lily. How's things been doing?
Oh, amazing. You know, shit as always in the Bronx.
You get those things sorted out with your new neighbours?
Well, not that much lately. They've been pretty quiet.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, there's enough shit to solve though. Just we actually been portal hopping, so I think I'm gonna call it. It was quite interesting. Underwater, weird stuff.
Oh, you have to catch me up on that. Your
Well,
friend, we haven't been formally introduced. Well,
I
I don't
don't
know his
think
name.
Limey just did that.
Well, no, he introduced me. I don't know him.
Oh, oh, this is Dr. Quinn for bro. I'm pretty sure he can introduce himself better than I can. So go ahead.
I would love to continue with the pleasantries, but as I have been informed, there's a life on the line, and I do not wish to
Yeah, it's
dilly-dally.
currently working on that one. We got about a little bit before we're allowed to enter. It's a clean room.
Otherwise, I can make it
That's
clean.
exactly. I really would like to get to this artwork. So
Okay, well, come follow me. I'll show you the specifics.
Artwork.
As we're going to go further, Dr. Quinn will be activating a couple of his lower torment abilities, namely the ones with perception, so he can see better.
Okay. First step involves going down a few stairs and then going and catching a lift, which involves a little bit of code being put in, and that will take you down to the bottom. This is the main storage area. You can see this place is filled with actually quite an interesting array of stuff. This place has been collecting some interesting items over the period, but you've got other concerns than, well, the stuff a pawn shop collects over a period of time. Mr. Silas will lead you to what looks like to be a large metal door. Here's where I keep a lot of the perishables. It's typically for some of my own personal emergency storage, but it had nice little secondary use of this. You get through, if we all go through at the same time, we can get through the little bit of the decontamination out of the way.
Decontamination.
Yeah, we've threw something in on this one for dealing with medical issues such as blood supplies.
I can dig it.
It's still mostly in design, but either way, if we all go through, and if you all follow and go through, you get through the second part, and yeah, you can see this is kind of a little bit of it's a homemade project style clean room. So you go into the outside, you get the little bit of the decontamination spray that's literally a bit that's been installed on the wall, and then you can unzip and get into the main room proper. And inside here you have a rather very, very well lit underground room with obviously one of Mrs. Silas's men with a large variety of medical instruments near him, who has just finished attaching a drip to what it looks like to be, and I believe Margot already gave you the description of this, so I'll let Bram take over from that.
Would you like, I've got it up here if you'd like me to.
You describe him.
Okay, right. There is a living body, a breathing, lightly breathing, but the body of a young woman, wired inside two other bodies. They're wired together to look like a piano. She has multiple impalement wounds and will die of things, I don't know. If not removed, there's various bones and bits of, I don't know, bits of cartilage spearing through her body to sort of represent the wires, etc. And unless they're removed carefully, you can tell from your profound medical experience, of course, that she'll die if they're not removed with absolute precision. She has finger bones wrapped in wire between her ribs and in her stomach. The keys of the piano are, and apparently I didn't copy the rest of that. Please, after you, Bram.
Well, I do believe that is about the general idea. There are two bodies that function as the main body of the piano, but there's still a living person that is attached to the other bodies with strings and such, with the bones that represent the keys of a piano. And Quinn will just be looking at it. Quite peculiar. Then looks at the man who has been attaching a drip. I would prefer if he not get in my way, Mr. Silas, if that's okay with you.
His entire job was to ensure she lasted this long.
Ah, much appreciated.
Mr. House, if you want to head on now, we got this sorted. Bam will leave.
You know what? Just for shits and giggles, I'll make a perception and medicine roll at the lower difficulty. Well, still just 4 successes. As he'll start inspecting the body. Is something happening to Lilly at the moment, by the way?
Yeah, I'm trying to look up the difficulty, but I thought it was difficulty 8 for the flashbacks.
8 or 7? I know that much.
I don't know anymore.
Good luck. Please don't freak out.
Difficulty 7.
Okay, so you made it.
Yeah, you can definitely see Lily like blink a few times and seem to shake something off as she just looks at this. She's like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Apparently this is what they do during the night. Well, I'm not here to judge.
This was nothing to do with us. This was to do with a loan operator who came into our city to have an artistic competition with a rival of hers. We've been clearing this mess up. We've been trying to save people.
Limey, please let me stop you there. I do appreciate your feedback, but I'm not interested. Now,
Whatever, mate.
Let's start working on this first.
yes.
Right.
As he gets out
What
a
are you
cup.
going to need?
What was that?
After you've had a look, what are you going to need?
He gets out a few scalpels here and there. Pretty much looking for the perfect ones. Very delicately, he's going to remove the bones piece by piece, the fingers. And as he cuts every single finger from her body, there's no scar tissue whatsoever. I'll make a roll for the entire thing that I'm doing.
Looks like you chose the right type of skilled individual, I mean.
What do you say? I know how to pick him. He's better than most of the other doctors I know.
Let's see the laceration here. By a metal rod, 15 inches. Fracture of that bone. To set that, and he doesn't even seem to be actually setting the bone as he just holds his hand, moves the bone a bit. You don't hear a crack. And then he just moves the leg. Yes, that's working again. Good. Now, he's moving more and more of the strings, taking his utmost care not to hurt this beautiful specimen in the process. His eyes does catch something. So he's inspecting her body. It seems that she was violated.
What? What do you mean violated? What?
As he sort of points at her general genitalia's area, it seems she was also violated. And if you want, Limey, you can make a frenzy check now.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Did Margot put you up to this? Why did...
Of course you
What's happening to me?
Because make the roll.
Oh, he passes with flying colours for once.
Good thing.
However, it's... As he says, she's been violated. I don't know if you want to make some kind of perception check or anything like that, but this relatively hunched figure, his shoulders pop back and he rises to his full height. He's a very tall, quite broad gentleman, and his knuckles crack beneath his gloves as his entire body tenses up, and his jaw sets and his eyes go. If anybody was to look into his eyes, they'd switch from the dull grey they usually are to very alert and almost a piercing blue, as he sort of. So it's like he's holding something back. Like even if demons are aware of such things, they'll notice that he's in an internal struggle with his beast to keep it in check. And he's like a pained expression on his face, this bourgeois passion that he's come from hearing, and it's like she just had to have that one final stab at him, the one final thing to try and push his buttons. And it's he sort of, as he freezes on the spot, he looks from the body to Quinn.
Lilly does notice your reaction, and she just raises an eyebrow, kind of in a way like, okay, don't you dare to do anything funky here. She doesn't say anything because she expects the good doctor there needs his concentration, so just take a look.
What is there that's breakable in this room, Justin?
Probably the little storage locker, where I keep my blood packs.
Is it what's it? Metal front?
Yeah, it's yeah.
Okay, as he sort of stands and his jaw tenses and he looks at the doctor and he looks at the body again and he looks at it and he sort of his lip curls. This storage locker that he's been up against, he sort of he seems to sort of turn around with it, a flow of energy kind of passing around him as he turns and with a superhuman speed and strength punches this locker, the metal tearing beneath his fist. There's a large dent in it now with a limey shaped hand in it. And he sort of wrenches his hand free.
And as you do that, because I rolled a fate dice to see how Lilly would react to that.
Badly, apparently.
Badly. So she's gonna use her lore of fundaments to just jump at you, smack you against the wall, cover your mouth with her hands. It's like, shut the fuck up and keep quiet, idiots.
Frenzy check.
Oh,
Frenzy.
loud.
That's a silly.
Let me bring out the dice stream for the dominate.
You now have a frenzying vampire. Your hand is over his mouth.
Always
He
nice.
bites your hand.
Oh.
Okay, you want to? Okay.
If both of you would like to make a initiative roll, then I guess.
I'll throw an initiative on there as well.
All right. So because Quinn is probably not going to get himself involved, but
That's a good idea.
His
That's a very
response
good idea.
is most likely going to be nothing, nothing. Then he hears the crack and just be like, if you could keep it quiet, that would be very pleasant. And then just
That's
continue.
exactly what Lily was gonna do. Oh man, it's too bad my stuff ain't high yet.
By the way, everyone get your initiative. I believe we should get first round action to Limey because he's literally just biting the hand, and then just roll from normal initiatives after that.
Ah,
Because he's in frenzy, he will spend blood for an automatic success. Actually, no, he's got to spend blood, so he'll spend it in dexterity. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry about this, by the way. I really hate frenzy. I just
honey.
been doing it a lot recently.
This is
Yeah,
not
we
your fault. It's me. And I'm terribly sorry about this.
Yeah, this is gonna go badly. I know. Fucking
Not
game.
necessarily. Hey, hey, hey.
Right. If you got your initiative check, could you put it as your counter number in so we can all see what your initiatives are?
I got
Okay.
8 on my initiative, but I've got no idea how to use this counter, bad boy.
Oh, you just press the plus button several times.
Oh, cool. One. Let me see. So that's wits plus dex, right?
Yeah, it's as a total, then 1d10.
13, 14, 15, 16. Cool.
I only got
3
12.
successes to bite. I mean,
Yeah,
uh,
that's your strength plus 2. Roll your damage.
Do it.
okay. Automatic. Sorry about this.
Do
1,
it.
2,
Yeah, just get to it. I didn't expect you to. I popped out for like a cigarette for like 3 seconds, and then I pop right back and like frenzy rolls and like fuck.
Here.
Sorry, guys. He's only got 1 success. That 1 automatic success.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's one. I don't. Can
One.
you soak ag in your current form?
No, not in my current form. But that's
Okay.
fine.
Well,
That's
no,
okay.
no. You can
Doctor.
feel these vampiric teeth bite into you, and they hurt a lot.
I know.
This generally quite lithe, not pleasant, but relatively harmless seeming guy is now against your quite considerable strength. His lithe body tenses, and his eyes turn a little bit crazy as he sort of just bites down into your hand and stares you in the eye. Inside, human-like, screaming, "You don't know what you're doing. Please stop."
I believe Lily's next.
Yep.
Yes,
I'm gonna
because-
do just one simple thing. Oh, right, you're next actually. You're
Well,
gonna do-
he was just doing something, but he failed. He didn't watch, so he's like,
Okay.
next
Okay.
turn.
Do you not have Paragon?
Yeah, but I'm not going to be using it. Fuck that.
Oh, okay. That's good. So, Lily's gonna do one simple thing. It's gonna cost her entire round, so you'll have a chance of hitting her again.
I prefer to try and calm down before that.
Oh, you'll maybe get scared and pull down. Because
Really?
Lily is gonna spend 2 fate points, one to activate her armor, and the second one to activate her low torment form. So what you will see is Lily doesn't necessarily grow, but she starts changing as she becomes her skin color and her hair. First, her hair flares up in this orangey, fiery color, but then it quickly tunes down to basically simulate the background, so she gets more difficult to spot. Other than that, her clothes seem to disappear as her entire body starts to get covered by this orangey hair that just flares up for a moment and then drops back into the same colors as the background is, just like the rest of her skin and hair does. You can see that her teeth start to elongate a little and become sharper and pointy, and not just 2 of them, but all of them. And from out of her hands, which is still covering your mouth, you can see these claws just start to spread. And that's what she does.
Right,
That's
cool.
his turn, because it takes an entire turn.
I don't think the beast gets scared by that.
Um,
The beast comprehend fear? Does it?
no,
I mean,
I don't think the beast would
It
be scared
comprehends
of
that's
this.
going to fuck me up. Is that going to scare the beast into either calm or rot Shrek or anything like that?
You
No.
might. Well, you're currently already frenzying. The worst that could happen is you could go into a fear frenzy. But you're already frenzying, so you know.
Yeah, you're already in frenzy. By the way, it's not a major enough.
Try and stop frenzying.
Make a courage roll. See if your frenzy steps at anger frenzy or switches to a fear frenzy.
Fair enough, yeah.
One success.
It's still an anger frenzy then.
But Silas has a go next, right?
Yeah.
This was just reflexive.
Cool. I shall do the standard dominate. Look at you. Just say, calm the fuck down. Dominate. Yay. What is your current willpower?
I didn't even, until yesterday. I didn't know dominate worked on the beast.
It does.
Well,
it's just +2 difficulty.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
So,
Thank Christ.
what difficulty is that for him?
What's your current willpower?
My current willpower is 4. I'm pretty sure you would.
Rolling a difficulty 6. 1, 2, 3. 3 successes.
You're probably likely to obey.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
You've received the command of calm.
So as this happens, her claws extend, etc. Limey, this sort of. Sorry, have I stepped out of turn?
No.
Well,
Drive away.
Thinking it was level 1 dominate you used?
That's the one dominate. It's literally the order of calm.
Yeah, is that Limey, does that make sense to your character? That he's calmed down in this situation?
Remember, the rest of the word in the sentence can be used to give direction to what he's meant to do. So calm the fuck down is pretty obvious to what is a pretty obvious order.
It's more, is it in Limey's nature to
calm
not
down,
try and kill everyone? That was pretty much.
I'm not a combative character. I mean,
Yes.
beast is a different thing. So, do I need to make some kind of roll or?
Roll me your self-control dice again.
Okay, cool. Oh, unless the trigger's on a 5, which I have seen happen before, but I don't think it is it?
I don't know for this one.
Well, also with your Bruja +2 difficulty, don't quite see that. I know that what pretty much will happen is your body wants to calm down, or your mind wants to calm down, but your body is not as necessarily listening at this point, or your beast.
Works for me.
You're trying to, so your mind will pretty much be telling you each turn, calm down. You, let me calm down. But the beast is, kill everyone.
Nice voice.
Thanks.
Okay.
I'm sorry the scene has once again turned into a Limey freaks out the parade. I really hate this whole hysteria thing, but I guess.
I thought that was sorted out by now, but we'll get that sorted.
Thanks. I've got antipsychotics for the character, but they're just not around lately. In that case, what will he do? He will sink a point of blood into strength, because he has to. Right.
And her hand is still covering your mouth, so.
Yeah. No. Well, I mean, that's he's not gonna. Yeah. It's gonna be like, cool. I can bite this again. Does it reduce the difficulty that he doesn't need to extend to bite her hand? He doesn't need to make any speech.
How hungry are you?
Huh?
How hungry are you?
Oh shit! I forgot to feed off yesterday's scene. He was on full blood, but this means he spent 2, 3. He spent 4 blood. He's on 6.
6. You're on 6 blood. Okay, in which case you also might just drain blood points.
You're not hungry yet, unless your self-control is real low.
Okay, right. So that's 4 decks. 6. Right. I'm not sure if the deck of difficulty is altered at all because his face is right next to her hand.
I'd say take difficulty 5.
Ah, crap.
Yeah, go for it.
I
1,
think
2,
that's
3,
fair,
4,
because-
5, 6. Add 5 to your normal damage.
Add 5.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You've hit with 6 successes. Add 5
And then
damage.
+1 from your bite.
Yeah, and add another 1 for your bite damage. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Biting can be pretty brutal.
Oof.
Wow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. I don't suppose you have a strength speciality.
No. Limey's 11, not
Oh,
5.
good. Because that could have been nasty.
That could have been very nasty, and luckily I'm now in low torment, so I can actually soak.
Soak away. Soak 5 points for aggravated damage.
I don't soak 5, I do soak 4.
Nice.
Okay.
Yes, I'm very happy with this roll.
So now, what's that? 2 points of ag? I'm not sure how many.
You
Yeah.
took 1.
This could have been.
Yeah, and I already
total.
had 1, so it's 2 total. Yeah.
Quinn, it's your turn. You're operating on this individual, and people are fighting in the background.
Well, actually, there's not that much fighting going on.
No,
Because he
not
just
yet.
fight, and...
What happens when you drink demon blood?
Nothing
We'll
particularly
look at that
special.
later.
It's literally just more blood.
Quinn just trying to hum a nice tune as he continues his work. Yes, alright, this time it's successful. So if this woman had any great diseases inside her body, as he's moving his hand across her, it will all sink into his white glove, and then he's just going to discard the glove because it's dirty now. Maybe he'll do something next turn. Who knows?
Lilly, it's your turn.
Yep. Dex Brawl to basically pin him down, because we need to make sure that the doctor can operate in silence. And so far, even though this fucking hurts, she's not yet that terrified of a fucking leech. So she's gonna grapple him.
Thank you. Guys?
Yeah, I think something went wrong. They'll be back probably.
Nice strength roll.
Yeah. Strength Brawl.
That is actually really good.
You are most welcome.
Either way, the scene's still alive, so let's keep on rolling.
Huh?
Well, I did my my brawl roll, my roll.
And
So,
got ridiculous.
With this, exactly. With this many successes, can I narrate that I'm basically putting him like in a neck hold, so that I'm standing behind him, and I don't mind making a Dex Athletics roll to actually pull this stunt off, so that I'll be out of harm's way, but I'm still holding him.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, you get him into like a nice little side headlock. You got your legs wrapped around him with your slightly larger size. The fact that you're larger size means that you're quite a bit bigger than Limey. You can kind of hold
I
him.
don't have increased size, so actually I'm small.
Okay, by the way, so you literally are like half on his back with kind of got him in like a front headlock and are using your weight to kind of make sure that he can't move. and are in a position where if he does try to move, you can just kind of fall over on the side and make sure he doesn't get anywhere dangerous.
Yep.
Does that need to be contested?
Well, it will be contested, but
Yeah, I mean, there's no way he's going to win, but like, is it contested?
oh yeah, when it comes to your turn, you can make a strength and brawl roll to try to take control of the grapple.
I don't think I've got enough.
Well,
I don't think I've got enough brawl. Actually, I don't know.
Next round, you guys make a new strength plus brawl roll.
Yeah, but it's you feel his body tense under you as you sort of spin round him and wrap yourself around, and you hear like a low growl. He's actually been relatively silent. His beast doesn't make a lot of noise, but you feel like quite what seemed like quite a slight body tense, and sort of like rebel against your grasp, and kind of sort of smack you back against the wall to try and break himself free. But to no avail, the hold maintains.
I believe I get another Dominate Calm on you to reinforce my current commands of calming you the fuck down.
Maybe have you got anything higher than Dominate 1?
I've got Dominate 2 and 3 if you want.
I mean, which is the one that's like?
2 is enough. 2 is enough. But you need to use a full sentence. But 2 is enough.
Oh yeah, I can do 2. In which case, would you kindly sit down, think of all the lovely thoughts that you've recently come across in your past, even that lovely music. You know that music, that lovely calming sound. You feel relaxed. You are relaxed. You're going to remain relaxed. The only thing that matters to you at this point in time is silence.
Is silence?
I was sorry. I was trying to make a reference to the sound of silence.
Oh, of course. Yeah. In that case, I mean, self-control roll.
Make them.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
Even without the self-control, with that many successes, you usually with the second, I think you always just kind of. Oh well. Never mind.
So you suddenly envision in your head that old song and relax.
Beneath your quite considerable grip, where he's kind of sort of smashed back against the wall, you can feel like the tension and his the muscles in his back rippling against you before he literally like everything relaxes. Like, and it's suddenly like there's no resistance anymore, and with the weight of you on his back and that instant command of relax that snaps him back to reality, he kind of, where you were against the wall, he just slumps down, or just slides down the wall, and you hear like an exhale, like a.
God damn, Brewer.
Okay, Lilly makes a Dex Athletics roll to get off his back on time before she's caught between him and the wall. And she's not gonna let this guy stay around here, so she's gonna grab him like in the back of the neck. And
you're gonna make a vampire who's just frenzied again.
No, I just want to get. Lilly does not get you guys, and she doesn't you around.
Let me handle it. Lilly, relax. Give that guy a second to catch himself. He's fine. He's all good. He's going to remember that song in his head now, aren't you? Hello, darkness, my old friend. Whenever you feel a little bit anxious, you're just going to hear that tune in your head, and you're going to relax. I'm throwing in an extra mesmerize now that the actual mesmerize works, and that can trigger on quite comfortably, since they're no longer frenzied, quite easily. With 6 successes. Wait, I have a speciality, 7 successes. Should you start to feel anxious or angry again, there's a inbuilt mesmerization in.
Look, Silas, that guy just has to go away from here. We're trying to fix your shit, and he has to leave this room.
Oh yeah, nice and relaxed, nice and slow. Limey, you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Why don't you and Lily go grab a seat and the rest of the stuff? Have a look at the nice stuff that I've got there. The doctor needs a quiet space, and I'm going to just be acting as an assistant.
He looks at the body.
Thank you.
Then he looks at you. He's perfectly calm. Nah. Unless dominate is going to affect this still, unless there's anything which will affect this decision. If it is a personal choice, he's just going to say, "Oh no, I don't think I'm going anywhere. I appreciate the offer. I can dig that, but I think I'll stay. Just a minor slip up. Won't happen again."
Limey.
This is not a request.
Over.
This is not a request. He's gonna
Not
leave
talking
now.
to you. Not talking to you.
Oh, are you gonna try and make Lily frenzy at this point?
Dr. Quinn, having ignored you for as long as he could, now turns around. I personally would like all of you to, at this moment, leave this room, because I don't feel like I can do my job with all this ruckus.
No, I would like to stay. I will sit in a corner with duct tape over my mouth if I have to, but I am not leaving this body. You dig?
Silas?
Right, right. Guys, calm the goddamn hell down. Limey, I know you got personal attachments to this one. Let the doctor do his work. You can watch. I got a camera set up in this room. Go sit down in my little security station. You'll be able to make sure that everything is going according to plan. Everything's good, but I want this doctor to be able to do his work properly, and us nattering around behind his back does not do good for a surgeon, mate.
Fine. Fine. Work well, Doctor. He sort of looks around the room really calmly, and then just with a small downward turn of the corner of his lip, walks up the stairs and leaves. Well, he holds the door open for Silas and Lily. Well, Silas.
Well, Lily, accompany him to if you could, accompany him to the security room. You guys can watch via the camera, make sure this goes all right.
You're gonna leave me alone with her. You're gonna stay.
Oh,
Dr.
no, I'm going to be
Quinn,
going with you. I just want to have a couple of words with the doctor.
Only because it's you. And you
I'll-
guys do need to watch. And she will follow Limey with those words.
So,
Right. As they leave, right, Doctor, do you need anything at all in here? I can have it brought by you. Here's a beeper for my personal person to get you any supplies that you need. Sorry about Limey. He's been exposed to more than one of these things, and it's kind of tender on his heart.
Well, while you're still here, Mr. Silas, I do have one thing that I would like to bring to your attention.
Mm-hmm.
I see 3 bodies here. 2 of them are missing all their digits, as you can clearly see. This one, of course, is not. Now, if I look at the various keys, there are 60 keys on this piano. Well, let's call it a piano. Where are the rest of the bodies?
That's something I'm still looking into. I haven't exactly gone over this piano with an X-ray. I don't know if there's anything else hidden there.
Well, I can assure you, Mr. Silas, there's nothing sewn into any of the other bodies. And if they have, well, close the wound expertly without leaving any type of scar tissue, which is, well, magnificent.
Like I said, it's being looked into at the moment. I'm kind of worried that we're going to find where this individual that created these things kept their spares. This might not have even been her first attempt at creating this thing. He's still got a bit of a way to go.
Interesting. Well, I will have to continue operating on this woman a bit longer. Do you perhaps have any clothing? So
Of course. Like I said, here, use this. He'll contact my man and he'll bring you whatever you need. Me and the others are going to hang around the security room. We'll be able to keep an eye out. We're still making sure that this was as secure as possible.
Of course, I shouldn't be too long. This working. Any normal doctor would take a few hours. I should be done within 10 minutes.
Excellent. Limey really did find the right guy at the right time. Are you good with mental scars, or shall I handle those myself?
As he just looks at you. In what way? And whom?
I don't want her to remember any of this place, any of her time in that thing, any of her being captured, any of the operation. I can remove those memories myself, unless you're already capable of doing so.
Well, I'm personally not capable in removing memories, and I do take some offense in removing memories from someone's mind. I do know of a particular doctor, not a type of doctor, who is good with the mind.
I see. Well, I think I know the doctor that you're talking about, but if you were that person, would you want to remember any of this? Like every single patient that wakes up on an operating table.
Well, the thing is, she's not awake yet. She's still unconscious. Her mind is currently coping with the physical and mental trauma that she has gone through. I do believe that she'll be stronger, and she might need the memories to become stronger.
We can have a chat after your successful operation.
Of course.
Best of luck, Doctor.
Thank you, Mr. Silas.
And I shall leave the room and rejoin the others at the security room, which is also down here, which has got cameras all over the goddamn place. And bugs. And various other stuff.
Just while that conversation is going on, might Limey and Lilly have a small private moment?
Oh, yes.
As this rakish figure stalks ahead of you, with his shoulders slouched, and sort of his hands buried deep in his pockets, he sort of turns his head as they enter this room with all of these antiques in it, and he sort of holds the door for her as she walks behind him, and sort of says, "Ladies first."
So why aren't you walking then? Lily says as she... I'm sorry, she's a bitch. As she is just crossing her arms, still in low torment form, and just looks at you. But she'll walk in.
He lets the door shut behind him. He doesn't react to the jibe. But you might notice him tap his foot, like in a... As he sort of sighs and walks over to a chest of drawers, which he leans against. So,
Lily will just start pacing back and forth through the room, keeping an eye on the cameras, keeping an eye on Quinn. She's obviously not happy about the situation, but it's the best that she could come up with at this point, and well, she has to bear it.
I don't see why Quinn brought back up. He's met me. He knows there's nothing I can do to him.
Nothing you can do. Stab him in the back, you mean?
Why would I stab a man in the back that I bought with the specific purpose of saving a young girl's life?
And
What
she
would
just
be
holds
the
up.
logic in that? Does it make any sense to you, Lily? Is it?
And she just holds up her hands and where you've bitten in, and you can see like the blood just still flowing out of it. She just says, "Well, I have no idea why
He
you would
doesn't
do
realise at this point. He hasn't realised until now that there's blood around his mouth, and he just sort of. Well, I'm very sorry about that.
that." Yeah, your kind is always sorry. Fuck that shit.
Well, I am. Doesn't stop me being sorry. You
Sure.
didn't pin me up against the wall. I admit punching a cabinet is a juvenile act of self-expression. It helps keep me calm. You must understand the reason I was upset in the first place is because I found out what happened to this girl.
Your kind happened. Your kind always happens.
I don't know. Maybe. I ain't gonna claim to be a good guy. I'm gonna claim to be better than the woman that did that. And I'm gonna claim to be the guy that called upon your boy to save her. He's gonna want to make some sort of deal. It's not gonna benefit me in the long run. Fuck it.
Look, there are some few good guys over there. Your leeches. Mr. Silas is one of them, and he's the only reason why the fuck you're not dead.
And the only reason I'm not dead. Oh, you underestimate how hard it is to kill me.
She just actually lets one of her claws just pass her lips as she kind of licks it with her tongue. Yeah, right.
I don't. Please let us have this. Please let us have this.
Remember, you have been memorized, so the next time that you become anxious, you will instantly relax and start hearing the sound of silence in your head.
Yeah, I haven't forgotten. That's why he's been tapping his foot to jazz.
Good old jazz.
I understand that. I understand the perception that you may hold. Maybe a little heavy, but I can dig it. Sure, we don't do great things. You know, our fundamental existence is a somewhat fixed path. But I didn't do this. I didn't do this to this girl.
No.
You know,
I'm sure you'll do other stuff. Pretend you're a saint, you'll still always be a bloody sinner. Sucking.
yeah, you're right, I will be. But hey, man, he who is without sin cast the first stone. Can you dig it? He looks into her eyes pointedly, like, can you say you've never done anything wrong?
I'm not denying it. And I'm still paying the fucking price for it. That doesn't matter. You know, let me tell you. And she's gonna bring her her face like rather close to yours. She almost has to tiptoe to actually be on the same level.
Oh no, he leans.
Let me tell you a secret then. You know what the first thing I ever noticed about you guys is? How quickly you can fucking drain a body. My body. I'll never ever let that happen again. I'm stronger now. And you better watch it. Mr. Silas is my friend. But other than that, you guys are dead meat.
Look, what's your problem with me, man? All my life, man, people have been, oh, well, you know, I've got a problem with you, you're kind, yeah, sure, I'm a flawed individual, so are you. Deal with it.
Have you ever been killed? Out of character? Yes, she doesn't know that you guys have to die first to become
Have I been killed?
vampires.
He taps his foot. You want to know about the time I died? Fine. You talk about a stab in the back, I can do that. Yeah, of course I've died. I was killed by a bloke I trusted, actually. I trusted very much. Sent me out on some business, I came back with the goods. Got smacked from behind, beaten up, drained dry. Woke up like this. Woke up unable to control my temper. Woke up having to suck from the living to live. What? You think that's something I wanted for myself? You think I was always like this? Open your eyes. We deal with the hand we've been dealt. Can you dig it?
Well, that's so sad, really. I feel for you. And the sarcasm is just dripping from her voice. You know, there once was a very innocent girl. Kind of like...
Fucking spare me the dramatics!
Oh, shut the fuck up!
What is it with you people wanting to monologue?
Shut up! Lily did nothing wrong until one of you guys showed up.
So, me and Lily are in roughly the same boat. I thought Lily might be able to empathise.
Well, Lily might.
Oh, so you're not Lily. Cool.
Gee, that took you long to realize. But I felt everything she felt.
Good for you.
Good for me? Really? Is that what you're thinking?
I just don't understand why a momentary outburst has led me to be punished for an involuntary action on my part. All I wanted to do was save a girl from a worse fate than Lily endured. Lily was drained dry, this girl was drained and then attached to 2 other bodies, and I tried to fix that.
Yes.
I may not be the best guy in the world, but fuck, give me some credit.
Quiet. You just couldn't stay quiet. There was someone trying to help, a doctor, and you had to make noise. You could break his concentration, you could have honestly killed that girl. You don't realize that?
I didn't mean to break my concentration. I'm not like other kindred. I'm not like other humans. Part of my condition, I find it very fucking difficult to keep an even temper. Can you dig it? It's pretty heavy, but I try and roll with it.
You think it's hard to keep...
I'm not saying that makes me a saint. I'm not saying it's an excuse, but what I am saying is that I genuinely didn't mean it to happen. And when I say I'm sorry, I am sorry.
Well, let me just make a quick perception empathy on that. Hey, Lily still sees leeches as one big bunch of evil guys, and she needs to realize this, so... Yes. And she actually realizes that you mean it. And... Lily, at that point, you can see, even in her low torment form, that behind that demonic face there is confusion. And she just steps back at that.
He turns around, right, and walks sort of away from her. Says, I'm sorry for shouting over you. I'm sorry that I lost my shit, alright? I'm trying to work on it.
And as Lily slowly shifts back into her normal form, still the eyebrow raised, and she doesn't want to be not pissed, but she's really confused.
I'm going to make a charisma empathy to cajole, if that's okay with you.
Go ahead.
And do you know what? Because he's in that kind of fragile state, I'm spending willpower for an automatic success. Because he's really put quite a lot into that. That was quite an emotional thing for him, and he's got 4 successes to try and soften it. As he looks up into her eyes, these sort of grey, really sad eyes leer up from beneath the hat. And he sort of... I don't want any of this. And I'm sorry you're here, and I'm sorry I bit you. And I'm sorry for what happened to Lee, for what it's worth. Sick and tired of all of this, man. All I wanted was a quiet life. Apparently I can't have that, and I can dig it, but... Just...
In the end, that's what we all want, Lily says, as she just looks at her hands. It is... Yeah. Blood starts to run through down her lower arm. That hand is basically more like a mesh of blood now that I realize it, because 2 egg damage. And she's just looking at it. She's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure you didn't want that, but it's still happening. Look, we're all in shit in the end.
He sort of just nods and looks up at her again. And he doesn't say anything, but he pulls out a packet of cigarettes and sort of extends it to her. Like, with a shaky hand, his hand that is usually very still shakes, and he just sort of offers her a cigarette.
Lily looks up at you, accepts the cigarette, and lights it up. I quitted this when I became 16.
I mean, if you quit, it means you can have one. And at this point, I'm so sorry for keeping Silas from walking into the scene. I do apologize, mate.
No problem. You guys are on round circle now.
And when Silas walks into that room, Quinn is just about finishing up. He has removed all the wires, the bits and pieces, everything that held the 3 bodies together. When you're looking at the camera feed, you can actually see that well, as far as you can see, there's no damage visible at all on this girl's body. As Quinn would have also radioed in for one of Silas's men to fetch him a bathrobe or something else for this woman to wear, so she doesn't have to wake up entirely nude.
Suitable attire will be provided.
As Quinn will just first move the other bodies as far away from this woman as possible, so she doesn't have to look at this. She doesn't need to be reminded of this. And then wait for her to wake up.
That might take a while, and we could save that for a separate scene.
Because he can heal her.
Yeah. If you want to remove the toxins that are currently keeping her asleep, that's up to you.
Oh yeah, that's what he probably would have done with the cleanse then.
Okay.
Because that removes all toxic poison.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. I don't know who's going to roleplay this poor person.
I do know that. As he sees her stir.
I don't know if Blue actually gave a name to this person.
That's okay.
I'm just gonna make one up. So Delilah is she comes from a really, really dark place, and her eyes just flutter open as she stares up towards the ceiling. She's still a bit fuzzy because of the anesthetics, but she has some hard time actually remembering what happened there. She just looks up and looks around.
And probably with the headlights or the lights behind him, Quinn might have a bit of an angelic look to him as she is looking up at him. My dear, I see that you are back into the land of the living. I see that you had faith, that you believe that you would survive.
Now, as you mentioned that, as you would survive, the memories just kind of get loaded up into her system, and her eyes just grow wide, and she's actually gonna scream. She's gonna scream her lungs out. The tears start pouring down her face as she just puts her hands in front of her eyes and just starts screaming, "No more, no more, no more! Please, I can't take it anymore! Stop this! Stop this!"
It's fine. She will not be able to hurt you anymore. None of them will. They will not be able to hurt you. For from now on, I will protect you. I will keep you safe. What is your name, my dearest?
She really can't speak at this point, like really well. And she does realize one thing: the pain is gone, and there's this guy standing in front of her, and she just grabs him and is just holding on to him with every piece of strength that she has in her body as she starts sobbing.
He just places his hand on the back of her head and strokes her hair ever so softly. And it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. No one will hurt you. No one will dare to hurt you as long as I'm here.
Yeah, it's probably gonna take a long while for her to calm down as she gradually, I think, over the course of half an hour, just becomes a little bit more silent. She's shivering and shaking all over her body, and this girl has been through so much that she really can't comprehend what it's like to be normal at this point.
I'd like to be able to kind of do things again.
Sure thing.
And yeah. I'm paging Dr. Quinn. Dr. Quinn. Paging Dr. Quinn.
Yes. As he sort of looks around.
It's from the radio that you've got.
Hello, this is Dr. Quinn. It's all right
Now,
here.
I believe everything's gone and according to plan, and the young lady is quite healthy.
She is mentally scarred, but her body miraculously is fine, isn't it, my dear?
There's no reply coming from her.
Right. Well, our other two friends are currently sorting things out among themselves. I think they've reached an arrangement. Now I'm going to be entering, and chance of someone enters the room, she's probably going to freak out. So don't. If you could just unzip the door, she'll never notice I entered the room.
All right then. As Quinn will just see you standing there, probably as he first unzips the door, and he can clearly see you enter, and he is not sure why she can't see him. But yes, he'll unzip the door for Quinn, or for Silas, not for himself.
Mm-hmm.
So sort of holding this woman as long as he can, just to whisper to her that everything's going to be all right.
Right. Yeah. I'm going to throw Dominator sleep peacefully to her, so she can be down and out. She doesn't need to be dealing with this right now. Let me roll some dice.
That was the most soothing dice declaration I've ever heard.
Say again?
So that was the most soothing declaration of a dice roll.
What are you exactly going to be doing?
I'm giving her the command. Command words can be given extra detail by following on with them. So literally, if you tell someone to sleep peacefully, they will go to sleep peacefully.
Right.
So it wouldn't be a drop-off sleep. It would be a drift-off to sleep command.
Right.
Which she can do while you're holding her. It's all so nice and beautiful.
So it's nice and beautiful.
Yeah, you can. Dr. Quinn can feel her, the shivering just slowly stopping as there's still a few twitches of her muscles as she just slowly dozes off her head against his chest.
He will just
Still.
pick her up, almost holding her like a baby. It's kind of difficult for him because he's not that strong, but he's trying.
May we enter the room watching this on the video camera?
Doctor?
Well, let's see. They would have seen her going to sleep. Silas would he have been on? No, because you're watching it while it's happening, probably. So you won't see Mr. Silas at the moment.
I can lock my obfuscate now anyway.
Well, you would see Quinn just look at nothing, probably. Well, that is peculiar.
In that case, the door opens and Limey comes in and he's not wearing his hat. So he's got his hat kind of clutched to his chest. And he sort of wipes the blood off his face as best he can. It's just like a bit of the corner of his mouth. So, how you do?
Lily will follow behind him and she's kind of hiding her hand in her in like the other sleeve so that you don't necessarily immediately see that
Well,
bloody mess.
if you want me to roll at a -4 difficulty, I will.
Whatever you want.
Do you want me to make this roll?
I don't think it's really required.
No.
As he just looks at you. Come here, lady.
It's fine, it's a flesh wound.
I know.
If you got a bandage, I'll wrap myself up.
He just sort of roughly just grabs hold of your hand. And, well, without cracking, your bones will just move back into place. You will still have the blood around it, but it's no longer leaking or anything. 3 points of ag just healed.
Yay. She flexes her fingers again. Fine, thanks.
As he's sort of holding on to the girl, it's getting kind of heavy for him.
Limey takes the girl.
Oh no! Then he just steps back as Limey steps close.
Huh?
When you're trying to step close to him, he'll step back. Now, Limey, I do appreciate bringing this to my attention, and I do appreciate your assistance as well, Mr. Silas. But I have noticed that you were kind of in a mood, Limey, and I don't think it's for this girl's best interest to be with you at the moment.
Oh fuck! Limey just stops dead in his tracks, like, and just. I don't understand what you mean. I saved the shoot. I brought her. I
You
brought
did,
her to you. Her best interest, like in him, and you feel me, like.
and I do appreciate what you have done. You have done a great service to mankind as a whole. But it seems that your emotions at the moment are taking a hold of you.
I didn't do it for your kind. I did it for her. I didn't even do it for humankind. I did it.
Yes. But it's probably for the best if she does not consort with your kind anymore.
I think that goes all the ways around, I'm afraid. I'll make sure that she's nice and situated. I currently have a police checking out her history to be able to see if we can get a return to her family. And I think
I
she
do
should be able
apologize,
to get
Mr.
out of this nightmare
Silas.
quite soon.
I do apologize, Mr. Silas, but no. Currently, she's in my care, as I am her doctor. I need to take care of her. Look after her personally, until she is safe and fit.
And you know we can organize all those bits and details. Dr. Quinn, I see what you're trying to do. I have the girl's interests at heart. I do this quite a bit of. And what
Yes,
she
but
needs
it
to
was...
do is not be a
Okay,
part of any of our games.
stop,
She needs to
stop
be
it,
safe and
stop it,
away.
all of you. How about this? Because I am not looking for another fight. How about, for now, until we get her sorted out and get her better, so that she can go whatever way she chooses, we set up a location in Manhattan where Dr. Quinn can tend to her and you guys can visit her.
That's right.
But don't know this. If you move her, I will find you. And you will not like what I will do with you when I find you.
And you stay with her. Limey can stay with her. Even Mr. Silas can stay with her.
No,
Make it an apartment.
no,
Set
he's
it
right.
in Manhattan.
It's in our nature. We destroy the things we touch. No, he's right. The good doctor takes care of this. It's in our best interests if none of us ever see her again.
I do believe so. You are a smart man.
What do I owe you?
Nothing. Her safety is all I wish.
Hmm.
Take good care of our boss. So I find out anything bad's happened to her, we'll be having words.
If anything bad happens to her by my doing, then I will have failed at my job.
Thank you, Dr. Quinn. I appreciate it.
Limey,
You're a gentleman. Yeah.
Lily just squints her eyes a little as she looks like she's ready to slap her own forehead. How well are you at containing your thirst? Can you refrain from taking anything for a while, eating anything for a while?
Shit. 2 secs. Would you make me a perception empathy?
Sure thing, I'll make you a perception empathy.
2 successes.
4 successes.
Wow.
He kind of glances around, before he answers, he glances up at Lilly, and she sees nothing but sincerity in his eyes. But as his eyes turn on the holier than now, Dr. Quinn, especially after everything that's happened over the past couple of days, the grey eyes flash with that pale blue again, and he sort of looks up. Like it's like he can't refrain from keeping his like he can't keep his real feelings from this man. He's this man's an agent of God. Quite but as far as he can tell, he is the epitome of good, and the dishonest nature of the leech is revealed. Says, I could try my very best. Quinn, this is bullshit. It is truly impossible for the young vampire to control his thirst when it is tempted from him. Lily, you could believe him.
Lily will.
Quinn's not going to say anything.
Yeah, Lily will continue. So, if you make sure you are completely fed and everything, and if you call in advance, you, being the only fucking leech I've ever given this right to, nor will ever, will be allowed into the Bronx, but only if you call ahead and state exactly where you're going. You'll be escorted. So you better not do anything wrong.
That sounds completely fair to me. Of course, the nature of my kind, our hunger, sometimes gets the better of us, but I've only ever frenzied out of passion, so I don't think I'll be a danger to you or kind.
If it ever gets the better of you in the Bronx, you have a big problem.
I can see that.
As I said.
People I'd like to come after me.
Oh yes. And you will state every step that you'll be setting into our grounds. You will not bring any friends along.
I appreciate it. Thank you. What's your title?
Just Lily.
Thank you.
I don't do titles.
Lily. Thanks. You ever around Harlem way swing by? He puts the hat on and he gives a lingering look to the girl.
And she looks so peaceful.
Huh?
She looks so peaceful in Quinn's arms, happily asleep.
Okay, I've made a self-control. Don't worry, it's not another frenzy. Don't worry, it's cool. It's cool.
That would have been awesome.
Would have been the exact opposite. He looks at the guy, and his eyes brim with bloody tears that roll down his cheeks, and he sort of it looks like he's just tried to do that manly thing, when guys try and contain their emotion, they sort of, and it's just not worked. His face creases and blood runs down his cheeks. He sort of turns and just sort of leaves, and he walks up the steps, and he has to get out of there. He can't sort of control it anymore.
And as he walks away, you will hear Quinn say, "You'll get to meet her soon, Limey. Don't worry."
He sort of stops and then carries on going.
Well, Mr. Silas, I do appreciate allowing me to use your facilities. I do believe at this point, however, that we have to be off.
I'm still liking this current arrangement. I'd rather have this nicely and smoothly sorted, but you seem to be obsessed with trying to drag it out a bit.
I
could have
people that can finish or can help healing her.
I can handle that myself, but it seems you want to kind of keep it all out on your end, and I'd rather her sent back to her family tomorrow. She's been missing for long enough. But I suppose I can always pass on the details.
Please.
You must understand my point of view. It seems to be that your kind got her into this mess, and I am hesitant, therefore, to keep it in your hands. So.
Oh, no, don't take it too far, because I sort of saw what happened last time. A bunch of no, I'm not. No, no, no. I'm not going to drag up those old histories. That's not worth doing. I'm just going to point out that we're all dangerous, and all of our lot. There were some rather unpleasant entities. It's not worth dragging up some old histories when we don't have to. We have something more important in mind to look after and make sure it gets sorted out. I just don't want her being dragged into the other side, so to speak. I want her to live a nice, free life away from all of us. If you can promise me that, I'm more than willing to leave it in your hands.
I promise you that she will live a nice life away from all of us.
In which case, I'll make sure you have a card. I can put on the general amounts of details to you as soon as they're dug up. Of course, I have a good amount of trust of Lilly, so I'm happy if Lilly, if you want to have this on your side of the veil.
Well, I'm not quite sure, to be honest. I don't want to get more caught up in the situation as it already is, and I do trust you. But I know that we can help her just as well.
It's times like these I miss some of the other residents you used to have on your team.
Talking about luck.
Oh, yes. She'll be good for this type of thing.
Prefer not to talk about that, please.
I know.
Quinn also
Right.
kind of shoots daggers at you.
Right, now shall we get a move on? I'll have a car waiting for you.
I think that would be best.
Sure, we'll be out of your hair. Although I have to decline your car.
What, you going to walk around with an unconscious woman across halfway of the city?
No, I'm gonna get to my own car. Our own car.
Dr. Quinn, let's just accept the car, okay?
Fine. Whatever my tyrant says.
Right, let's get a move on then.
Very well.
If you'd like to follow me.
And I guess they will. Before they get into the car, Lily will just look at Silas and says, "We need to talk soon, I think."
Yes, definitely.
Uh,
I think we all have a lot of details to go over.
Probably, yeah.
Well, either way, thanks for organising that bit with Limey. To be perfectly honest, he needs to. After he went into, you don't. I'd have to catch you up on the details, but that guy's been through a lot. He's seen a lot of things, and he hasn't been quite himself. It's going to take a while for his own scars to heal up. But I think he needs something like this to have that point where he can tell himself at least he did something right.
He did. And if he needs a shrink, I know a good one.
Well, as always, Lily, it's been a pleasure, and it's been a pleasure meeting you, Dr. Quinn. If I have a little run in some more of these interesting cases, it'll be nice to know that I've got someone responsible and trustworthy that we could be called upon to help individuals that get stuck between our world and theirs.
I do hope none of this will happen again, but if you ever need someone to heal man or women, I will be there.
And with that, shall we call this to a close?
Silas
Hmm?
shuts the car behind the two demons as they enter. The girl's head rolls onto Dr. Quinn's shoulder as the car starts up and begins to drive towards the ground. Somewhere towards Harlem, there is a cab driving, and in it, Limey sits, mops at a small spot of blood on his cheek. And Silas stares after the cab with an air of nonchalance in his eye, before pursing his lips, looking into the shop and sighing, and heading back inside. And with that, we shall call this scene to a close. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Hope to see you next time.